Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson, Ep4 Gospel Church, right here in the city of Oakland. Bishop, we have been without a police chief now for well over a year. I mean, that just seems to me something is fundamentally wrong when you fire a police chief who is respected by the community, who is doing a good job, and then a year later, you haven't even replaced him. I'm saying, Bishop, why do we allow that to happen? Somebody has to be held accountable for that. I'm sounding like a preacher's son, right?
Exactly.
But
like
my father is a preacher. Church of God in Christ, too. But
man.
somebody has to be held accountable for that. So what should we be doing to demand accountability?
Well, that's exactly, you said it. We should be demanding accountability because we're the voters. I mean,
Absolutely.
we vote for these people to be in office, and so we have a right to go to them and say, hey, you're an elected leader in this city. So you're elected by the people. At least you should do the thing that's right for the people because that's why we elected you. And that's how you got in the position. So the point of it is, we need a police chief. And you promised one.
And we don't have one.
And we don't have one, but you promised one before the end of the year. The end of the
Well,
year came.
it's gone, right?
Right. And right now.
What should we do? Just sit here and twiddle our thumbs?
Well, the mayor and the police commission, they're having a problem back and forth, and that's what I think. I think the problem is with them. They need to get on the same page, get on the same accord, and say, look, we need the police chief. We need him yesterday. Either you're going to rehire LaRon Armstrong, or you're going to bring in somebody.
Well, she was given the opportunity to rehire Armstrong back in November of last year, 2023, and she turned him down again. Now, what are you going to, what do you say about that, Bishop?
Well, I'd say that if you're not going to rehire LaRon Armstrong, which, like you said, the community love, we certainly love him, great man, grew up in the city, worked his way up through the ranks and became police chief. Let me tell you something. If you're not going to rehire him, at least get a replacement. Get somebody.
Where's the replacement?
Well, that's between them, again, the mayor and the commission. And for some reason, they seem to be stalling back and forth. And in the meantime, we don't have a police chief.
At what point do we demand accountability? In other words, Bishop, at what point do we say enough is enough? And we said, we're going to recall this mayor because she ain't doing her job.
Well, you could say enough is enough until you faint. We've been hollering enough is enough for a long time, and evidently it's not enough because it's still going on. The point I'm saying is, it's when the community has taken enough, just like you said, and stand up and open their mouth. Somebody said a closed mouth never gets fed. So the point of it is, the community has to rise up and say, this is what we want. But it can't be a particular group that just want to oust the mayor, or another particular group that's got a thing about wanting to get their candidate in there because their candidate that they're trying to get in there may not do any better, is what I'm saying, may not. Somebody said, well, can't do much better, much worse than what we have. I don't believe that we can do worse. My point of saying it is, we need to make sure that we vet the person that's coming in to make sure they have the qualifications to lead this city, because with the times we're in and the condition the city is in, we need a real leader that can do that. And
you're right, a real leader. Do you think we have a real leader?
I don't have a clue who that could be.
Yeah, I mean, in the current mayor, do you think we have a real leader, Bishop?
Personally, I met with the mayor, and I found her to be a wonderful, delightful person.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed the conversation with her. The point I'm saying is, I think the mayor has been getting wrong advice, and I think her counselors haven't been on. I don't think they were connected with the community. I think she's doing everything she can now to make amends with that. She's trying to get connected with the community, but I think she was disconnected, and I think the people that were in her ear, telling her what to do, I think they were leading her wrong. So I think basically all she needs is somebody that can counsel her correctly as to what we really need and put the kind of pressure on her like you're talking about. I think she could do the job. I personally think she can, but she needs help. That's what.
Well, it's clear she needs help. She has been on this program. I invite her back to come and sit where you're sitting so that I can cross-examine her
Right.
in terms of what is she doing, why she's doing what she's doing. And then we can have, it seems to me, a good conversation as to whether or not she should be recalled or not recalled.
And I
My view is, at the moment, I am certainly in favor of recalling her because I have seen with my own eyes enough to convince me beyond a reasonable doubt that she should not continue as mayor. Just think about this, Bishop. We had an opportunity to apply for a grant over $15 million, and guess what?
we let it go.
Absolutely. We had a great police chief, and guess what?
Let him go.
We had a person who sued us, Kirkpatrick or Kilpatrick or whatever her name was,
Kirkpatrick.
and won well over $1 million.
Yes.
And businesses are leaving Oakland, which is costing us millions of dollars in taxpayers' money that now I have to pay. So, at some point, she's going to have to come here and sit where you are sitting and defend herself.
Well, and I said, like I said, after my conversation with her, this is me.
Yes.
My conversation with her, she just needs somebody like you and others who can come to the table and say, this is what we want to offer you, the kind of help that you need.
Well, Bishop, we're going to have to go to break, but I recommend I recommend to you that you be her chief advisor. And if she listens to you, she will be all right. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson, and we are fired up and ready to go.